What's up guys, Polma here. Now today I want to talk about something I feel is really important in Warlords of Draenor, and that is your followers. Now the follower system is really interesting if you ask me, because you have all these different followers that you get through quests, achievements, even just reputation unlocks. But the question is, which 20 do you use? Because as you guys probably know, you can only have 20 active at a time. And if you want to reactivate one, well, you're going to have to pay 250 gold. And so that's something you want to try and avoid. So that's something I want to cover in this video, because I've made a system where it's a really simple system, but where I try and outlay all of the followers that I have in order to get the best setup of followers. And now obviously everyone has different followers and different traits unlocked, because there is a certain amount of randomization there. But the essence of what I'm doing, I hope you guys can use. So let's jump right into it. Okay guys, so here it is. This is the spreadsheet that I've made. Now you can make any kind of spreadsheet, of course. You can make it in Notepad, make it in Excel, or wherever you want to do it, as long as it has some form of descriptive and explanatory capability. Now the way I've done this, let's just go over it, because it can look a little bit intimidating at first, but it's actually really simple, guys. Now what I've done is I've just listed the names up here in the rarity as well. So these are the epic ones, these are the rare ones, and these are the common ones of all the active followers that I have right now. Now obviously I've already sorted through all my available followers, but what you would do is you would make such a list here, but with all of your followers, and from there you would make a assessment of what kind of followers in combination with each other would work well. So these are the followers I have currently available, and down here where in line 5 where it says abilities, you will find all the abilities listed for each of my followers. Now, of course, if we take the first I have on line 3 and 3A is Croman. He has massive strike and deadly minions, and if you look carefully, all the deadly minions is in the row 8, and all the massive strikes ones are in row 7. So you get the picture. They have a row each, so it looks a little bit more neat. And as you can tell, if you put it up like this, you actually get a much more laid out explanation of what your followers can actually do and how they interact with each other in that regard. So that's what I've done. And if you look at row Q, you will find all the total amount of each of the abilities, and I've tried to get at least 2 of each. You want at least 2 of each. Now of course, as your followers get better, this will get more and more easy. Now this is because of the fact that epic followers have 2 abilities, and rare and common ones only have 1 each. But you want 2 of each, and if you can get it, get 3 of each. But as long as you don't have 1 of each, and that's kind of the point of this thing, because when you just look at the list in game, it can be extremely difficult figuring out, okay, I have 6 massive strike and none with time to battle or whatever. But if you lay it out like this, you can quickly pick out a combination of followers that makes sense and fits together well. Okay, so I've also listed the traits. Now you don't have to do this, but I like to do it as well, just because I figure the more information that you have about your followers, the better. So I've also listed the traits, as you can see from row 17 to 21. There are a few traits that I feel like you should pay attention to, and that would be stuff like high stamina, scavenger, epic mount is really good. I think those 3 are really good. Stamina increases the chance of success on long missions, and long missions are generally the good rewarded missions. Epic mount, of course, cuts the travel time in half. And Scavenger is really good because it doubles the amount of Garrison resources that you get. So those are 3 that I would rate very highly. But of course you can rate whichever you want highly. Now I also added a list on row 23, as you guys can see, of item level. Now I haven't done this yet just because I don't feel like it's completely necessary, at least not yet. But that was just to give you guys an idea of, hey, you can add the item levels as well, or you could add, I don't know, the levels of the characters if you have a lot of low levels as well. Oh yeah, one thing I should mention is if you look at the row R, furthest one to the right, you'll also find my workers there. Now I don't list the abilities of my workers. I did when I made the initial list, but now that I have these followers as workers, their abilities are not really relevant because they are, in essence, inactive followers. They're just assigned to a building. You can't use them in missions and such. The only reason you'd want to show their abilities if you have 2 conflicting workers, say Goldmane, for instance, in my case, and Leroy. They're both skinners, but of course Leroy, already being an epic minion, has more of a benefit than Goldmane. I would have to level him up to an epic follower before he would even be on par with Leroy. So of course I would fit in Leroy before Goldmane, so it wasn't really relevant, but that was to give you guys an example. Anyways, I think I've talked enough. Now, the reason I wanted to show this is because, as I said in the beginning of the video, the follower system is really good, but it can get really intimidating in the beginning, and making a list like one of these can really help making your setup of followers much more effective. Because if you have like 2 or 3 of each at least, and you have a good set of traits as well to go with each other, you will find that your success rate of completing missions on average, I'm not talking like from mission to mission, I'm talking over a time period, on average will be higher than if you hadn't done this thing. And that on average means more gold, more gear, and quicker followers to level 100 or to epic or whatever. So that's kind of the principle with this. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was kind of an elaborate video. If you guys are still with me after all these minutes, I congratulate you, and I hope that you can use this as at least an inspiration to something similar. Anyways guys, take care. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have any suggestions to how I can improve, or if you just like the video, leave a comment. Take care guys. Polma out. Enjoy Warlords of Draenor. Bye bye.